Hi Leo, my name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your September 2016 forecast for the month. I'm happy to be here. I'm in the Kuan Yin Gardens. It's very peaceful here. And I'm using the Alchemical deck by Robert M. Place. And I brought with me my Doreen Virtue Angel deck, and I was inspired to bring this after a meditation and a card that I drew for myself on Sunday. I just brought the whole deck with me so I can clarify at the end of the reading with that. And I also want to take a moment to thank you for your subscriptions to the channel and for your support on my Facebook page, Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. And I wanted to also take a moment to thank you for your donations on my website. It's very humbling to receive a donation without expecting anything in return in 2016, and I really appreciate that. And so I wanted to take a moment to thank you. I see each and every one of them that come through, and I appreciate it. I had the opportunity a few months ago to monetize this channel, an offer from YouTube after reaching 1 million views, but I chose against it because I wanted to give my viewers and subscribers a very clear, even forecast and without advertisement or interruption. So I appreciate the donations for that. Now, let's get to the forecast because this month is a mouthful, and I've been saying that. It's just a lot going on with eclipse season and Mercury retrograde. We start the month in a Mercury retrograde on August 30th, and that'll last through September 22nd. And that is in the sign of Virgo. Mercury will retrograde from 29 degrees of Virgo back to 14 degrees. And that is in the second house of money and finance for you. So you might find that you are withholding is what I'm trying to come up with, withholding from spending too much and having an even temperament in your budget at this time because it could be a little slower in income while Mercury slows down. On September 1st, we have our new moon solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Virgo. And this is in that second house and will be conjunct Jupiter and that Mercury retrograde. So the second house having a new moon eclipse, there's something here that needs to be seen or a fresh start. And eclipses are powerful energies. They're not just normal and regular full and new moons. They're a portal. They're the relationship between the sun and the moon is emphasized, and it's kind of like an opening. And we are receiving information in that experience. It's a downloading time. It's a time of insight. And this could apply to how you are spending money, your own possessions, and what you need to accumulate that is new in your life. This could also be regarding your own self-worth and self-confidence, self-value that is insightful. Something needs to be seen there. Now we're getting ready for a Jupiter transit, and this is once a year. So this is pretty magnificent, which is Jupiter. On the 9th of September, Jupiter leaves Virgo and enters the sign of Libra. And he will remain there through October 10th of 2017. This is a 13-month stay in your third house of writing, communications, local travel, neighborhoods, siblings, the vehicle. A lot of Leos are buying new cars in this 13-month period, being given an opportunity to have a vehicle or some mode of transportation, and you're upgrading or you are paying off the vehicle. You know, you are elevating and receiving abundance in the third house. So you could heal over relationships with siblings in that 13-month period of time. You could have faith and optimism regarding your local neighborhood and community. You could also be inspired to write a novel in that period of time or write something, publish it, put it out into the world globally because Jupiter is global and abroad and foreign travel. And it's a little bit of a dichotomy when the planet of foreign travel is in the sector of local travel. But there is movement here in that 13-month period of time. You could be definitely taking a lot of short trips, weekend getaways over that year. On the 16th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse, and this occurs at 24 degrees of Pisces. Full moons bring endings and closures. There's an accumulation in your 8th house of intimacy, your 8th house of sex. Some of you, not all of you, but some some Leos that are in committed relationships, not just light-hearted dating. This would apply to marriages, significant others that you're monogamous with, you live together. There's something that needs to be seen in your intimate connection, and this eclipse will allow that, because when there is a full moon, an ending, a release in the 8th house, you could actually want to adjust the intimacy or the sex, the 8th house of sex. The 8th house is also settlements and investments and shared resources and other people's money. So you have the solar eclipse in the 2nd house of money and the full moon in the house of other people's money. So you might end an investment or an investor at this time. You might think that you don't need a certain, you don't need some extra help from someone in the 8th house who is maybe helping you out financially, or your partner. There's an ending to that. Not necessarily to the relationship, but the way the money is shared. On the 22nd, Mercury goes direct, and that is in that 2nd house. I think some of you are rebudgeting and analyzing the budget and where your money is going, who it's going to, who's involved in touching your money, Leo. That's what's up. And if you have like 401ks and investments and Roth IRAs and mutual funds and all of that, you need to definitely go down the line and see who's taking from what. And maybe you're doing once Mercury goes direct, I would consider maybe a restructuring of where all of that funding is. That could absolutely apply with this full moon. On the 22nd, Mercury going direct, the sun enters Libra on that day, and this is our autumnal eclipse in the northern hemisphere, and our autumnal equinox in the northern hemisphere, and it's the vernal equinox in the southern hemisphere. I'm sorry, I'm like hearing things and also trying to remember things and channel. And also my ruling planet's retrograde, so that's affecting my speech too, so I apologize for being so tongue-tied. But when the sun enters Libra, he'll be conjunct Jupiter in this 3rd house of publications and writing and speech, communication, siblings, neighborhoods, cars, vehicle, local travel. And having the sun conjunct Jupiter is magnificent energy. They're very powerful. The sun is God, Apollo, Ra. It's the force, the life force, and then Jupiter, the biggest planet we have in this sector. Some of you might be inspired to write even if you haven't before. And why not? Give anything a chance 3 times. That's my motto. On the 23rd, Venus enters Scorpio in your 4th house of home, family, foundation, mother. There's a connection with the female energy on the last week of September, with Venus governing the female into the 4th house of maternal energy. Maybe you're connecting with your mother the last week of September. Or you are beautifying the home environment. Venus rules Taurus, who loves sensual fabrics and the aesthetics and the beauty and the attraction of ornaments and material items. So that could apply in the 4th house, redecorating. You know, it could be simple like that. It doesn't have to be always affecting the love life because it's Venus. You could have lovers in the home. You could be attracting love into the home environment. On the 27th of September, Mars enters Capricorn, and when he does so, he will be conjunct Pluto, who is squaring Uranus in Aries. This cardinal energy is abrasive and abrupt, and on a worldly level, it's even violent and destructive, as we are seeing. Now, I'm mentioning this in a little bit in advance. On October 20th through November 4th, I noticed the astrology several months ago. I'm not a doomsday predictor. That's not what I am. I am positive based in my readings because I do believe what you think about, you bring about. However, I'm keeping it real as I always do because I know what it is and this is what is up. There is a violent aspect through that time period of October 20th through November 4th, and it could even be volcanic. It could be natural disaster or destruction. I don't like it. I just don't like the taste of it. I don't like the flavor. And I'm just putting it out there that it is affecting the ninth house of foreign travel. So yeah, if you could avoid foreign travel in that time period, I would. But just as a whole, I'm nervous a little bit about earthquakes because Mars is violence and aggression. Pluto is death and destruction. And this is all squaring in a not so harmonious vibe to Uranus, the planet of upheaval and electricity. So, oh, the chimes are going off. It's so beautiful. So anyway, I'll get off this Debbie Downer vibe, but I just want to keep it real. And that's what I see. So the way Mars can benefit you, Leo, in the sixth house is giving you energy to stick to your health commitments. This could really be a strong diet and physical routine because Mars wants you to expel a lot of energy and sweat and get as red as an apple. So you will have that working in your behalf and with an intensity because Pluto's involved. On the 30th, we have our new moon at 8 degrees of Libra, and this is in that third house again, new moon. So the sun conjunct Jupiter, conjunct the new moon in the third house. This is a new vehicle, a new ride, a new mode of transportation. You're traveling around that time. You could easily be going away the first week of October, which is before that strong intensity between October 20th and November 4th. But let's get to the cards here. I'm excited. I've been shuffling the whole reading. And let's see what happens, what comes up for Leo. And if you'd like to book with me, I am at audreyalison.com. I read every day, all through the week. And I will get back to you if you select your order via the PayPal button at any one of the bottom of my website pages. I will receive that email and get back to you in a few days, if not the next day, the following day. And I'll send you some options for your session. Okay. Leo, here are your cards. Yes, this is your ruler. This is the sun. And this is summertime and is your ruling planet. So he's just here to say hello. We'll see what comes up. It's also success. I mean, the sun is the happiest card in the major arcana in addition to the world. But the sun is life. So I don't think the whole tarot deck exists without the sun. All right, Leo, king of fire, king of wands, king of staves, whatever you prefer, whatever verbiage works for you. This is also the Leo. This is a Leo male, possibly, but it's the strongest master of feelings. It's romance. This is maybe a little older fire sign male. If it's not representing you, it could be Aries or Sagittarius. We'll see what else comes up here. Four of coins. This is exactly what I said in the beginning. Withholding of some of your money. See how he's burying that money in the dirt? That's what's up with the solar eclipse in the second house of budget and finance, and then the full moon in the eighth house. Save your reserves right now. Maybe Leo was spending a lot of money in the solar return of July and maybe August. So you want to hone in on too much spending in a Mercury retrograde. I think you won't have a choice, actually, if it applies. The Knight of Swords. This is definitely cutting back, cutting off what's no longer necessary. If you're frivolously spending, you need to pull in the reins. You need to. I see like horses and like slowing up on the reins. Maybe I'll get the Chariot. The Knight of Swords could also symbolize a younger air sign male in your life, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But this guy is Game of Thrones style. He's like cutting off the head of that dragon. He's no longer tolerating abuse or anyone stepping over him. You know, the knight's a little bit, hasty and has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. So if that symbolizes something in you, maybe it's just time to be aware of that. This is spectacular. Four of Wands. This is a ceremony. Maybe some of you Leos are getting engaged. This is perfect for engagement. It's also, I'm sorry, I'm hearing a few things. And when the chimes go off, I seem to like get some messages. So bride and groom, commitment, and expressing what it is you really want out of the relationship. Another card, King of Cups. Water sign male, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, a little older. Also, if it doesn't resonate with you as a person, this is self-fulfillment and finding your own answers within, intuition. You see how that whale is providing all of the water in that chalice? He has everything he needs internally. Some of you are being instinctually led about relationship through this time. And during eclipse season, we do gain insight. The full moon lunar eclipse revealing that intimacy in the 8th house. Now, some of you might instinctually know you're cutting off this relationship too. If you look at it like this, getting rid of what no longer serves you in relationship because you are self-fulfilled. So some Leos, now I don't want to say all, because starting with this, some Leos are in fabulous relationship. Some Leos aren't. And you already know if your relationship is on or off. This is a card of just already being informed. The eclipses are what's going to do it. If your relationship isn't really solid through an eclipse season, generally it can dismantle, but not everyone does, because a lot of people are in very solid, open communication relationships. Okay, now let's get to the angel card and see what clarifier comes up for Leo. Leo. Shanti. Hey, girl. I love this. I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. I love the colors of this. Oh, look. There's the lion. That's Leo. Hey, that's really cool, the symbolism of that. There's no other angel card in here with a lion on it. And this is the Doreen Virtue deck, so you can check that out. That's pretty amazing. Your symbol is here. So call upon Shanti, the angel of peace. That's such a beautiful card and translation. So draw from that. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. A smoother road ahead. There seems to be like some paths in here. Oh, there it is. Smoother road ahead to the sun, to your ruling planet. Leo, I love this reading. Thank you for joining me. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm wishing you a sweet September. And remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.